We still have $10,000 that we're trying to raise to cover our transportation costs. So you can find us on Instagram at APAC Theater Jackson. That is APAC Theater spelled with an REJXN.
District 4909. Are you ready? Shh. Don't tell. It's a secret. Pretty impressive, right? So these figures that you see standing before you are a representation of the human embodiment and all that we are afraid of, so to speak, when we start talking about autonomy. They are pre-programmed beings, and so while we are watching these figures be auctioned off, we are also watching and raising the conversation about AI.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms.
There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would suffer the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong? I say to you today, my friends, in spite of difficulties and frustrations of the moment, I still have a dream.
Hey, what do you think of this dress?
It's great. I bet it sets you back a paycheck or two.
Guess how much I pay for this dress?
More than I can afford, I know that.
Would you believe 75?
No!
Yes, and there are plenty more like this at Stevens Designer Dresses.
Stevens Designer Dresses? Where's that?
Holland Street, right across from the mall. Look for the big red sign, Stevens Designer Dresses.
Sounds like a bargain to me. I think I'll go there tonight.
Starting with the Adopt a School Anniversary Awards for 2023-2024, these are the 5-year continuous recipients: Wingfield High School and the She Project. Next, Wingfield High School and Regions Bank, Wingfield High School and the Jackson Area Federal Credit Union, John Hopkins Elementary and the City of Jackson, McWillie Elementary and the Hobbs Agency Alpha Insurance, Shirley Elementary and New Horizon Church, Isabel Elementary and Mount Nebo Baptist Church, Clausell Elementary and Thundering Presbyterian Church, Clausell Elementary, Thundering Baptist Church, McLeod Elementary and Christ United Church, and Provine High School and Hope Credit Union. Representing our 10-year partnerships, Blackburn Middle School and Bank Plus, Clausell Elementary and Greater Mount Bethel Church, JPS Career Development Center and Jackson Area Federal Credit Union, Green Elementary and New Hope Baptist Church Men's Ministry, Dawson Elementary and BFW number 9832. Now for our 15-year partnerships, Johnson Elementary and Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Beta Alpha Chapter in Jackson. Now recognizing our 20-year partnerships, Key Elementary and U.S. Silica, and 25-year partner, Lanier High School and the Lanier National Alumni Association.
And we have a list of our campus contacts. Those are the individuals who are the liaisons between the schools and the community partners. They work very hard with no additional compensation. And so we want to make sure that we recognize our campus contacts. So once I get y'all married, they take over. And they are the point persons. And we're losing them this year. They're all retiring. And we say congratulations and thank you. And we, yeah. Okay, MAPE. So There is a Mississippi Association of Partners in Education, a state-level Partners in Education. Because Jackson Public Schools is so brilliant, we always get awards every year. And we have a number of schools who receive Partnership Excellent Awards, and I want to recognize that the only high school that received a Partnership Excellence Award is Lanier High School and the National Alumni Association. Dr. Blake is a first-year principal, and Dr. Blake got, between him and Joyce Greer, who is the campus contact, they have managed to get over 10 new partners at Cardozo Middle School this year. Hines Comprehensive Health, our JPS, Jackson Education Association, the Clinton Branch of Regents, Highway 18 Branch of Regents, Kelly Natural Gas Pipeline, Atmos Energy, Chick-fil-A, Pizza Hut, Subway, and Walmart on Highway 18, Mississippi Food Network, Sisters in Love, Joy and Full Glory LLC, and the Mississippi State Agricultural Extension. Amazing partnerships. And we have 2 elementary schools who receive Partnership Excellent Awards, and I'll ask you all to stand. That is no other than Lori Torrey at Span Elementary School. Thank you. And some of her partners are here with her today: Bellwether Church, Northminster Church, Rotary Club of Jackson, Raising Cane's, and Mississippi Children's Museum. And the amazing Joycelyn Smith of North Jackson Elementary School was recognized with a Partnership Excellence Award, and that is in consideration with their partners with Integer Nuclear, Paul Moak Subaru, Salvation Army, Lighthouse Ministries, and Aldersgate United Methodist Church. We are doing amazing things, but we can only do it together, okay? I want to let you know I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. So thank you all so much for your hearts, your hands, everything that you do to support Jackson Public Schools. A friend of mine told me a poor man tears down his own house. The best thing you can do for Jackson Public Schools is tell the good news of things we're doing every day, every day.
So our middle college students are working with our Department of Continuing Education. So we have some GED students coming over, and our middle college students are working with them to help prepare them, help them build up the skills that they need to pass their GED test.
This one was your quick. This is my first year in it because we're the first cohort of the Jackson Middle College, and honestly, it's a great experience to be able to be with my peers as a top of Jackson Public Schools to become math teachers in Jackson Public Schools as well.
So that entails
I really enjoy it. I like that I'm learning new things. And like it's mostly this for the summer program. It's mostly refreshing our knowledge, making sure we know the necessary things so that when we go into college next year, we'll be able to keep up with them.
It's an amazing collaboration. It's giving our middle college students experience with one-on-one tutoring, providing remediation, meeting the students where they are and helping build them up.
We got it going on at the Freedom School. We're going to have a lot of fun because reading is cool.
JPS Summer Freedom School scholars gathered at the 2 Mississippi museums for National Day of Social Action with a passionate message about book banning.
Today, our responsibility as Freedom School scholars in partnership with Children's Defense Fund, CDF, Freedom Schools program are participating in the National Day of Social Action.
Service is a key part of the CDF Freedom School experience, and every year, sites across the country participate in coordinated National Days of Social Action. This year's National Day of Social Action is to bring awareness to the issue of book banning and book access in our community. The theme is the right to read.
JPS Summer Freedom School program is made possible by the Children's Defense Fund, which ensures JPS scholars are supplied with plenty of summertime reading material.
In partnership with schools, faith, community-based organizations, and colleges and universities, the CDF Freedom Schools program enhances children's motivation to read and generate positive attitude towards learning while connecting the needs of children, youth, and families to appropriate resources in their communities.
This year, we have highlighted Protect the Right to Read. And what is so important about that is it gives our children an idea of where they came from. And if we don't know where we came from, we're destined to repeat history, right? So it is important that we protect their right to read.
This is the 24-25 start of the school year. We're excited to be doing our annual beautification project. So we're all over the city at all of our schools, all the elementary, middle, and high schools, doing various projects internally and externally just to beautify our schools.
Today, for beautification, we were blessed to have Progressive Baptist Church, the Georgetown Association, as well as Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, Beta Alpha Chapter. And so all of the community members have come together to help us beautify our school, outside, inside, set up classrooms, unpack. It's been a great day full of support and love and reuniting with people who have been a part of this Johnson team and family for a long time.
This day is a joyful day for us. We're getting our school ready for the upcoming school year. I have two excellent young men who come to volunteer with us at the school. We're making certain that our school is welcoming and ready for the upcoming school year, because in JPS, we are a family, and this is a family effort to get Jimmy Hill High School ready for the upcoming school year. And Marvin is just coming in the background, and so we have a bunch of our kids, parents, teachers, and we're all here excited about the upcoming school year for Jackson Public Schools.
We are here at Pecan Park Elementary School. I am Dana Owens, the principal, and the staff, scholars, and community members are here helping us prepare for the first days of school, helping us get our school ready to receive our scholars so that they may have an exceptional learning experience throughout the year. And so we are just so grateful for all of our community members as well as our staff and central office staff being here today to help us.
So I came out here to support one of the local teachers, which is also my mother, just to beautify the school and to help it look better for the community.
Today I am super excited to have all hands on deck. Dr. Green came in, immediately jumped on windows and supporting and taking down items throughout the building to support our scholars.
Today is all about community, just wrapping their arms around our schools and helping us to make sure that they are welcoming.
We have Dr. Cormack here, Amanda Thomas, Dr. Clay. Everybody's here, all hands on deck.
We want the buildings to reflect our sense of pride in our scholars, and just excited about them coming back and being back in the building in a new year for learning.
They came out in big numbers to help us paint, get classrooms ready. We've been washing walls. We're doing some things outside. We have a wonderful, wonderful day of service from our volunteers today.
Well, I'm very proud of all of our Entergy employees that came out here at North Jackson Elementary. This is our adopted school. We adopted this school a couple of years ago. So we do school supplies, we give them grants, but we also sweat. We come out and clean bushes, rake, mow, do everything we can to make this school look great. For when those kids and parents come back that first day, they're excited, they see flowers planted. So we're very excited to be here.
So one of the things we're focusing on in JPS is JPS Joy. So we're looking forward to joyful faces coming in and boys and girls happy about the learning that's going to take place this year. Boys and girls can expect to see teachers ready to teach and ready to love on them.
We're always excited to have our partners from all over the city and even outside of the city. They understand that it takes a concerted effort, a community effort in order for our schools to work. And this is just one small showing of the big love that JPS Jackson community has for JPS scholars.
Touch a truck, touch a truck, touch a truck. I'm a ride a truck.
We are here today at the annual Touch a Truck sponsored by Junior League of Jackson at Trustmark Park and Pearl. We are so grateful to those ladies who provide this awesome experience to our second graders each year. They come out and they're children. They run, they fun, they explore. They have amazing sensory opportunities. They get to meet heavy equipment operators. They get to see the vehicles used in the military with community helpers, fire trucks, ambulances, truck drivers, SWAT team. Just a number of experiences for them to understand what comes together to make our community what it is.
We are coming out here to experiment, to touch, to have fun, to enjoy ourselves, to expose them to different things that they don't see on a regular basis.
Learning outside of the classroom is so important. Our mission with Touch Truck Jackson really is to inspire our next generation of learners to dream their biggest dreams.
They haven't seen a lot of these trucks, so they're very interested in seeing what they can do and just to learn about all the trucks.
What it means for us is to get the kids exposed to all the different vehicles that they see every day, but they might not know what they do.
So I think that this was a good idea to give them exposure and let them know that there are different avenues that you can take. You can do trucks, you can do the ambulance, you can do the AMR.
We are super excited to partner with Jackson Public Schools to host Field Trip Friday. We're expecting over 900 students today, and the Junior League's mission really is to serve our community, promote women's leadership and volunteerism, and we're just truly blessed to be able to be here today.
We're grateful to Junior League of Jackson for providing this amazing experience. Our children are just having a ball.
This is the 24-25 start of the school year. We're excited to be doing our annual beautification project. So we're all over the city at all of our schools, all the elementary, middle, and high schools, doing various projects internally and externally just to beautify our schools.
Today, for beautification, we were blessed to have Progressive Baptist Church, the Georgetown Association, as well as Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, Beta Alpha Chapter. And so all of the community members have come together to help us beautify our school, outside, inside, set up classrooms, unpack. It's been a great day full of support and love and reuniting with people who have been a part of this Johnson team and family for a long time.
This day is a joyful day for us. We're getting our school ready for the upcoming school year. I have two excellent young men who come to volunteer with us at the school. We're making certain that our school is welcoming and ready for the upcoming school year, because in JPS we are family, and this is a family effort to get Jimmy Hill High School ready for the upcoming school year. And Marvin is just coming in the background, and so we have a bunch of our kids, parents, teachers, and we're all here excited about the upcoming school year for Jackson Public Schools.
We are here at Pecan Park Elementary School. I am Dana Owens, the principal, and the staff, scholars, and community members are here helping us prepare for the first days of school, helping us get our school ready to receive our scholars so that they may have an exceptional learning experience throughout the year. And so we are just so grateful for all of our community members as well as our staff and central office staff being here today to help us.
So I came out here to support one of the local teachers, which is also my mother, just to beautify the school and to help it look better for the community.
Today, I am super excited to have all hands on deck. Dr. Green came in, immediately jumped on windows and supporting and taking down items throughout the building to support our scholars.
Today is all about community, just wrapping their arms around our schools and helping us to make sure that they are welcoming.
We have Dr. Cormack here, Amanda Thomas, Dr. Clay. Everybody's here, all hands on deck.
We want the buildings to reflect our sense of pride in our scholars, and just excited about them coming back and being back in the building in a new year for learning.
They came out in big numbers to help us paint, get classrooms ready. We've been washing walls. We're doing some things outside. We have a wonderful, wonderful day of service from our volunteers today.
Well, I'm very proud of all of our Entergy employees that came out here at North Jackson Elementary. This is our adopted school. We adopted this school a couple of years ago. So we do school supplies, we give them grants, but we also sweat. We come out and clean bushes, rake, mow, do everything we can to make this school look great. When those kids and parents come back that first day, They're excited. They see flowers planted. So we're very excited to be here.
So one of the things we're focusing on in JPS is JPS Joy. So we're looking forward to joyful faces coming in and boys and girls happy about the learning that's going to take place this year. Boys and girls can expect to see teachers ready to teach and ready to love on them.
We're always excited to have our partners from all over the city and even outside of the city. They understand that it takes a concerted effort, a community effort in order for our schools to work. And this is just one small showing of the big love that JPS Jackson community has for JPS scholars.
Unlike your typical dining hour, 300 JPS scholars had a very special dining experience called the Simply Charming Etiquette Dinner.
Welcome to the Simply Charming Dinner.
Tonight is the culminating activity of our 9-week Manners and Etiquette unit, where our students have put in the work to learn all of the social skills and graces that are needed for a formal event.
Dressed in formal attire at the Ice House in Jackson, JPS scholars grades 2 through 5 put their newfound etiquette skills to the test.
Tonight the students will display formal dining etiquette. They will perform a waltz and how to meet and greet with each other as they enter the building.
An elegant evening made possible by an inspired idea and the generosity of the Junior League of Jackson.
Back in the fall, I wrote a grant for this event to happen for all of the gifted students in the district. And tonight we actually get to see that come to fruition thanks to the Junior League giving that to us. It was over a $17,000 grant.
Amidst the elegant setting and delicious 5-course meal, laughter and camaraderie filled the room as scholars savored every moment.
This is so important for the students because it is a life skill that will be with them from now for the rest of their lives. They will know how to interact in a public setting. They will know how to interact in a formal event. So they're learning how to be ladies and gentlemen.
It was evident that these scholars learned invaluable lessons and forged lasting memories.
There's no greater joy than, as a teacher, than to see your students light up when they grasp a concept that they're going to need the rest of their lives.
A lot of hard work has gone into this day. We want you to have fun. We want you to make new friends. We want you to play unified today, okay?
We're here today with Jackson Public Schools and Special Olympics Mississippi to launch our first Unified Fun Field Day with JPS students.
We are excited and pumped and ready to go. I can't wait.
Last year, we began a collaborative effort to recruit all of JPS to come on district-wide. It's what we refer to as Unified Champion Schools. Schools that agree to be inclusive, to participate in whole school engagement for students with and without intellectual disabilities.
We focus on making sure that students who have disabilities are invited to inclusive events.
So we're very excited to be here, and the children, they're very excited as well.
Go Pro!
So maybe I'll give them some ideas of being active, being out more.
All of that work inside the school has culminated to the end of the school year being an inclusive and unified field day event for about 350 to 400 JPS students.
Here to compete and play in some of the games and festivities and utilize some of the fitness curriculum that we have been learning about and cooperating with each other.
Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
So we have sack races, we have cornhole, we have marshmallow toss, tabletop bowling, lawn bowling, all kinds of activities that they can participate in and just enjoy being outside and working together and feeling like they're a part of the community.
I get to witness a lot of teamwork with my students and honestly just have fun with them. It's a really great experience to be able to witness this and gain a lot more experience, especially with
with it being my first year of working here at Whitney.
We are so excited to bring Jackson Public Schools on. They have been such a strong partner in regards to Unified Champion school programming. Again, that includes unified fitness within the school day, forming a unified club among students themselves, students with and without intellectual disabilities, and choosing a sport or participating in unified PE.
And that's the mission of Special Olympics, is to make sure that individuals, students and adults with disabilities are included.
We had a child last year. He graduated, and he was in a wheelchair, but he played for the Special Olympic basketball team.
We encourage the students to pick a sport. This year they are looking at unified basketball, unified flag football, and possibly unified cheer, with the goal being to go beyond this field day and then allow the students who participate in these sports activities to participate in our statewide competitions for Special Olympics Mississippi that are held year-round all over the state. While today is recreational, they are allowed the opportunity to participate in competitive sports, which we are very excited about and look forward to them coming on as unified teams.
The ability to speak 2 languages fluently can increase your qualifications for the career opportunities of tomorrow. That's why JPS recognizes scholars who demonstrate a proficiency in English and one other language by offering the Seal of Biliteracy exam. Earning the Seal of Biliteracy can be a gateway to great jobs, and achieving the seal can support college admissions or language program placement. Juniors and seniors who have achieved a 4 or 5 on the English 2 test or an 18 or higher on the English segment of the ACT are eligible to take the Seal of Biliteracy exam. JPS scholars are strongly encouraged to pursue the Seal of Biliteracy exam, offered in many languages. For more information, visit sealofbiliteracy.org or contact the JPS Office of Advanced Academics. You're watching Jackson Public Schools television on Comcast channels 18 and 19 and streaming on our YouTube channel at JPS ITV.
We have our back to school drivers meeting. And the drivers have been here earlier, and so now we have invited all of the first responders to come in and to take a look at our EV buses, electric vehicle buses, that we will start having on the road. We thought that it was necessary to partner.
Good evening. The Jackson Public School Board meeting is now called to order. Board members, we have 5 members present, therefore we have a quorum. Ms. Figures is on his way. We have all had an opportunity to review the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second. Ms. Hilliard has moved. Mr. McGuffey has seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The motion carries. Next, we have all had the opportunity to review the minutes. Is there a motion to approve the July 16, 2024 regular board meeting minutes and the July 26, 2024 special board meeting minutes?
So moved. Second.
Dr. Harrison has moved. Ms. Hilliard has seconded. All in favor? Aye. The motion carries. Dr. Green.
Thank you, Dr. Sivak. Good evening, board members, and to all of our team members and community members who might be watching us. Live stream will begin as we typically do with some video highlights.
Just to beautify the school and to help it look better for the community and just to build up the future generation around.
Staff, scholars, and community members are here helping us prepare for the first days of school.
School entrances enhanced, classrooms prepared, and school grounds beautified.
It starts right here with the cleaning process. When they come in, it's clean, it's welcoming.
you won't be.
It makes you feel like it's important, that they value it, so you should value it too. So the students, when they come here, they should feel like people really care about their learning, people care about them developing, and people care about their school.
Volunteers participated in a JPS Beautification Day, all to make JPS scholars feel welcome on the first day of school. And while schools were getting a makeover,
and just like that, here we are. We're back at it.
JPS educators assembled to prepare for the new school year.
We've tried to lay out how we think we'll stage the work over the next 5 years.
As the new school year begins, so does a new 5-year strategic plan.
There's a broader set of outcomes for scholars' development and for developing and encouraging all of our stakeholders.
How JPS scholars will benefit from the new plan and why the community is encouraged to participate.
As a community, we have to hold ourselves accountable to the debt we owe to the district and to our scholars.
With a district-wide goal to inspire JPS scholars about their possibilities and potential.
Get your head right.
Followed by a family reunion and a warm welcome for new and returning team members at the district convocation.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. You are not like us.
We are a family. And yes, there is joy, unspeakable joy, all around us.
We who have been given the knowledge, the skills, the commitment that runs all through our veins, all throughout our bodies, we have a certain power that simply will not let us fail.
First day.
And the summer break comes to an end as JPS scholars return to the classroom.
We are going to have a great year. I just want to give you the official greeting for the new school year. There's some great things about to take place at 833 West Maple Street.
We're excited about the power of people and possibilities. We have a brilliant staff that's ready to teach our kids, to make sure that our kids have everything that they need.
Please visit our website at jackson.k12.ms.us. Follow us on Facebook at Jackson Public Schools, on Instagram at JPS Student Voices, on Twitter at JPS District, Comcast channels 18 and 19, and YouTube at youtube.com/JPSITV.
Okay, folks, let's give our team a round of applause for that video. Oh my goodness. Can we nominate these for shorts? Yeah. Independent films or something? Surely there's something more that we can do with these videos. This is pretty amazing. So lots of things to celebrate. I was not prepared to speak to convocation because it seems so long ago already. But I do really need to pause and thank all of our team members for so much planning and thought and attention to detail that went into the 2024 convocation, and with the theme of the JPS family reunion. I've heard from so many people, folks who were there and people who watched it afterwards or live stream, who have commented that this was the best one yet. And while I'm torn, was it actually the best, or does it just feel like it's the best because it was the most recent one? I don't know. But it's clear that so many people were moved and encouraged and felt like we struck the right tone with the convocation. So again, to all of our team members who helped to create a magical, a really memorable experience, we want to thank you. Let's give that team a round of applause as well. Board members, and just like that, we're back to school. As everyone knows, today was actually the second day of the new school year. And although the team is continuing to work through some challenges, we've had a really strong start to the school year. The senior leadership team and I, along with some of our board members, have been out visiting schools over the first 2 days, and we've witnessed lots of smiles, as you can see. including our own. Lots of smiles, JPS team members who are going above and beyond and out of their way to address some of the challenges and just to create the kind of spaces that our scholars deserve, and to bring to life all the conversation, all the intentionality around joy. And I've certainly seen tons of joy over these last couple of days. And with these first 2 days behind us, and with several of the kinks that we're working through and working out, I've already started pushing and challenging, and other team members challenging one another and themselves, that it's time to focus more intently on bell-to-bell, high-quality instruction. We've done lots already, even leading up to the first 2 days, just to get our scholars acclimated, many of them to new schools, whether it's moving on to middle school, moving on to high school, or just shifts in the boundaries or schools. But it's time to get down to work and to really focus in on instruction. And so we've been starting to give a bit of that feedback. But, those are just a couple of my own reflections. I want to invite our Deputy Superintendent up, Dr. Cormack, who will provide some more highlights and reflections on these first 2 days of school. Dr. Cormack.
Good evening, members of the board, Dr. Green, our JPS community. We're elated to share with you some reflections on our first few days of school. As Dr. Green mentioned, we have been out as a central office leadership team. We have hit 9 schools so far over these past 2 days, which represents about a quarter of our schools, but taken together collectively with divisional coaches, our curriculum, and teaching and learning teams, climate and wellness, we have had all schools represented with a presence, and I've been getting a rundown and some reflections from each of our leaders about what it's looking like out in JPS land. We're very elated and excited that teaching and learning is occurring from day one. We've heard really positive reflections and seen with our own eyes just the sense of urgency that's capturing our positive and respectful culture that we're living into. And you can see just an assemblage of some of the pictures from these first days. We have been able to witness that real positive team culture. As Dr. Green mentioned, we've been working through some challenges, but real humans work has been done to provide comfortable classroom spaces and community effort that went forth to make certain that our spaces reflect the kinds of learning environment that our scholars deserve. So again, we want to thank all of our community partners and team members who have committed their hands and labor and resources to spruce our buildings and just to make them shine in ways that I think really reflect our best. As the board has been very supportive of our effort to just improve scholar safety, we have launched the Evolve system in each of our middle schools, and the report from principals is that is happening in a real seamless fashion. We even were witnessing changes even today that help to improve the intake process, which is happening smooth at both middle and high schools. As scholars had their binders out front, things that might trigger the system, and they've worked through that successful intake and have even trained up staff. And so we actually got to observe that this morning at Bailey Northwest. And so that is happening in a very seamless fashion. We also have met as a collective to just reflect on some pinch points around enrollment, facilities, and transportation, and as a team reflected on challenges experienced yesterday that with very quick feedback was improved upon today in terms of both bus arrival times and departure times and pickup, and just an alignment of the systems. We are really pleasantly supportive of our uptick in enrollment, which was quite exciting to be able to reflect on some real improvements to our, even as we integrate and migrate our student information system to a new system. We have seen an uptick year over year in terms of the number of enrolled scholars, which is quite promising to reach our projections. So we're very excited about that and what that's meant for our systems, which depend upon reliable information about scholars' addresses and phone numbers. I want to share with you a reflection. I met this afternoon with our instructional coaches for the middle school network, and a really positive reflection and a quote from a first-year educator at Powell Middle School. This particular educator, Ms. Washington, is a first-year 6th grade teacher, and she expressed some trepidation on her first day, but after having received some very positive and warm feedback, both from her principals and the instructional coaches, she reflected today, I am in my element. I'm here, which is exactly where I need to be. And when we can make those kinds of demonstrations of a growth mindset, I think it really just speaks to the power of our people and the possibilities unleashed when they receive feedback, get the support, and get pushed to be better every day.
Thank you so much, Dr. Cormack. Appreciate you for bringing those highlights and reflections, and as well for bringing the new teacher's voice into the room. You know, those of us who are kind of old heads and have been at it for a while, we forget what it's like to be in your first year. First year as a teacher, first year as a student, first year as a principal, first year whatever it is that you do. But it's really important, and that's an important perspective that we should always mind. The folks who are experiencing us, our communities, our scholars, our parents, our system, all of this for the first time, just to make sure that we're seeing things with clear eyes, and not just that we're better than we were or different from where we were, but for what it is right now in the moment. So thank you, sir. I so appreciate that. All right, going to move on. Just a couple more comments that I'd like to make, board members. I'm really pleased to report, as Dr. Cormack alluded, really pleased to report that we've had a higher registration count leading up to the start of this school year as compared to last year. And we're currently at 15,364 scholars registered out of the projected 16,718. So whether this means, that we're simply getting better at registering the scholars who will be with us, which in and of itself is huge, and we're really, really thankful for that, or if it means that we're leveling off or perhaps signaling an uptick in the enrollment, I don't know. I wish I had a really, really good crystal ball, because I desperately want to know what the truth is. But either way, it feels good, and it's a win for us, and it has allowed us, again, as has been stated already, allows us to plan differently and to ready ourselves for scholars in ways that we simply cannot without that information. Now, we're much farther ahead than we've been years past with this, and I'm excited by that. I do want to still lift up because over the last few days, we've had hundreds of scholars to register for school. It has put a strain on our transportation, on systems in general, especially on transportation, though. Many of our scholars who have registered in the last 2 days of school, but even over the weekend and Thursday, Friday of last week, we weren't prepared to transport those scholars. But many of them require transportation. And so our team, to their credit, have been really working hard to turn on a dime to provide that transportation, but it has created some major challenges with timeliness and just all of the organization and ensuring that the folks are going in the right direction and on the right buses and all that sort of thing. So the team is working through that, and obviously we're updating our rosters for transportation and for bus routes, and communicating more with families and coordinating between schools and transportation teams and all of that. But it's created some real pain points, and so these first couple of days I know have been tough for all involved. Folks on buses for much longer periods than we anticipate, and buses picking up later or dropping off later and all that sort of thing. So I do want to just name it publicly, name that this has been a challenge and that we're still working through. We may actually need to add some routes, which, of course, since we were right there, with the number of drivers for the routes that we had, could mean that we will have some open routes without folks to cover them. And so we'll have to address that. But I will say that these are good problems to have, that we've got more scholars to serve. And so ultimately, just asking for continued patience as we work through this. And we do want to encourage all of our parents, and I believe we've had this on our social media, but want to continue to encourage our parents to download the VersaTrans MyStop, the application, and download that to their phone so that they can easily track the location of their scholar's bus and the estimated time of arrival, the ETA, to bus stops and back home and all. So that's that with transportation. It's a continued work, but we're excited to see upticks in the number of scholars here. And lastly, air conditioning. I want to speak to our continued battles with facilities, and especially as it pertains to our cooling systems. And although we've definitely, absolutely seen many improvements in many of our schools, the extreme heat just causes our systems to run nonstop. And so those systems that we've been able to repair over the summer and leading up to the start of the year, we're seeing some failures in some of them where we're having to go back out and reboot them or adjust something or make some repairs. And so we do have, I believe it's 5, I'd ask for this, is it 5 additional vendors, companies that are supporting us and helping us to basically sit on these systems in these schools and monitor them and respond as quickly as possible to get systems back up. But it has caused some concerns, obviously, as we're experiencing some record heat these days. So we're continuing to work through that. Because, of course, no one really wants to hear that things are better if you're sitting in the classroom or the space that's hot or simply is not cool. And so where necessary, we're installing portable cooling units, and we've still got plenty of those, and we'll purchase more when we need them, as well as fans to help to circulate some of that the cooler air in those rooms. We're providing more water. And our principals are exerting their own leadership within school spaces to move some teachers and scholars to cooler spaces in the building where that's possible. It's not always possible, but where it's possible, doing that. In some cases, though, we've had to be a bit more insistent with teachers who have taken the time to set up their classrooms and understandably don't want to leave their classroom for another space, and wanting to be troopers and battle through it. But we want everyone to be safe. And while we understand that inconvenience, we want everyone to be safe. So we'll continue to work with principals and our teachers and everyone, even as we're getting the systems back up and running. Thankfully, we have been able to get our systems working again fairly quickly without requiring major additional repairs. At schools where we've already invested just recently in new systems or invested in some substantial repairs, we brought those companies back to address the system failures, and we're holding them accountable for those systems that should be working, that we should be able to count on right now. And so we're in talks with them as to what that's going to look like going forward. And so just want to name that. And again, I'll say, just like with our transportation, we know this is not optimal, it's not ideal, and it's downright unfortunate in some cases, but we do appreciate the continued patience that we've seen from so many people, scholars, team members, and even some parents who understand that we're working through and trying to be responsive when we have these system failures, to be responsive and get them back up, and we appreciate that. That concludes my remarks for today. Dr. Sivak, board members, I will take any questions that you have or follow up on any of those items.
Thank you, Dr. Green. It's always an exciting time of year. I also, I'm going to invite board members to share reflections. I've been traveling, but I'm so appreciative of the time spent at convocation or in the community strategic planning meetings or first day of school or graduation. So board members across the board have been at all these events, and so I'll invite you all to share any reflections over the past week.
Well, I'll begin by saying that I'm on 3 chat lists. From Jim Hill, we got 3. There's so many. There's 3, and I sent it to all 3, and they absolutely loved everything about our convocation. So it was really well received, and they especially like they not like us.
I think the year has, from all indication, things are going quite well. I am sorry that I was not able to participate in the visits to the schools and everything, but due to personal issues involving family, my brother, I haven't been able to get to those places that I would love to be, because the classroom is one of my favorites, and I enjoy seeing what's going on. But I want to congratulate everybody for the work that you are doing. I think it's going to be an outstanding year, an outstanding, successful year. And it's elementary program, Dr. Sivak, is very impressive, you know, and I'm pleased to see the growth of that program, because I know that that's going to contribute to the success of the entire district. Mm-hmm. And we are going to be moving on up to that A level that we are striving so hard to obtain.
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations to each of you for all of the hard work that you do.
Mm-hmm. I'm just been on 10 already, so I don't know what the school year is going to have. But the convocation was really nice, and the same day, I think it was the same day of the cleanup, where I was able to get into 2 schools to help with the cleanup, both Peoples as well as Key, and just beautiful spirits. Everybody just seems like they're just charged and ready to do this, even though the challenges that we face, like with Peoples, you got 2 schools that were basically merged into one. They have their challenges, but they're excited. They're excited about what's to come. Like, they're really excited about the new school year. So, and over at Key, they have their challenges with the building outside, you know, the surroundings, the community. But it gives us opportunity to bring the community in and help us and be a part of what we need with JPS. And then to the summer graduation, participated with that, with those scholars, just to see those young people push through whatever their challenges were and still cross that stage, even if it was late. You know, long as it wasn't never, it was still late. It was late, but they got it, and it got it done. That was just exciting to witness that and be a part of that. And even on yesterday, to be in Forest Hill, and be able to welcome those scholars. And, you know, every one of them that seemed to be kind of lost or not know what to do, it was like they were coming in from Wingfield. I was like, what school you coming from, you know? And that was just heartwarming, because I just want to reach out and just hug them like, okay, you good, you're home now. You know, like, we're gonna work through this together. Mm-hmm. We're gonna work through this together. And we're gonna get you what you need to get to, go where you need to go, and do what you need to do, because we're gonna make this the best school year that we have all seen. So that was really exciting to be a part of, and had forgotten that I had signed up to go with Dr. Green to Bates, so I missed that visit, but still, I think I was where I needed to be on yesterday, at the times that I needed to be there, which was really good, even for parents. Some challenges, like you said, with even registration, it may be on their part. I don't know. I was trying to get an understanding of what was happening. Like, a lot of them were saying, well, I've already registered. I did all this over the summer, and I'm still here. I think communication, just being there to just say, it's okay. We're going to work through this together. We're going to make it better, you know, and we will get there. You know, we will get there. That's all I like. I'm just excited about the school year. I think you all have done an amazing job so far. And if you can only go up from here, I don't know where we're going to end when the school year is over with.
Mm-hmm.
Tell it.
I think the themes that you have chosen for the convocation as well as strategic plan, I think the themes say it all. Mm-hmm. You know, I think very relevant and appropriate.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bring back the village. I love it. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I'll take that. A couple of quick observations. I mean, I'll echo everything that everybody said. Convocation was fantastic. I've been stopped by teachers at 3 different schools to tell me how much they liked it. And so, and I would say I enjoyed it myself. It's always fun to see our elected officials sort of like rigidly move to our bands and things like that. So, you know, little unique joys in there. But I have had the good fortune to be able to go to most of the schools that Central Office, I think, has visited so far. And I kind of wanted to shout out 2 things that I've seen that are real encouragements. I am still, you know, people have heard me say this a lot, I'm still the short timer here. I've got one thing to compare this year to, and that was last year, and nothing before that, right? And so year on year, I know we've still had facilities challenges. I know I've been in some hallways where they didn't have cooling, and some, you know, this side of the hallway is cool and this side is warm and all that stuff. We've had hiccups, but from my perspective, the facilities are a lot better year on year. The issues are more isolated. The responses are quicker. And on top of that, some of the work that's been done at these schools is so apparent. It's apparent on the face of it. It's apparent when you get in. I'm thinking of even a place like Pecan Park where we visited yesterday, right? It's a construction zone on the outside, and one of the reasons I really wanted to go was to see, like, does this really work? Was that functional? And the answer to that is, yeah, they're doing a great job. The administration there is doing a great job of making sure that scholars have an entryway and feel welcome and all that, and then they get in, and you can see all those changes. You can see these cleaned up stairwells and the brand new sidewalks and all these places that just look so much sharper and better than they did year on year, and it's going to be unbelievably great when it's all wrapped up and finished, and that's going to be a party that we need to all have, right? We all got to come to that one. Mm-hmm. But just applaud that team for the kind of environment that they've created within that school, and so I just kind of specifically wanted to point that out. How much they're doing with what could easily be a real hardship that, you know, sidetracks you, and instead it feels great in there. The other thing I would say has really impressed me, I know we had a lot of either principals moving to new places or first-time principals.
I think the tone of especially those principals in new places and first year principals has been so impressive. They are locked in, they are intentional, they are, giving people feedback in real time at spots, and that's just been really, really encouraging, especially in our middle schools for me. So, going to Cardozo, going to Powell today, seeing the principals in those places really take control of those schools, I applaud them, and I think it's going to make the world of difference for some of their scholars. The last point that I'll make is we have a lot of kids, and you touched on this, we have a lot of kids that are either moving up to middle school, and so they're sixth graders, and they were going to be in a new school no matter what, or even within elementary schools where you've got, where you're pulling from multiple places into one new home. We're dealing with that. We're looking at Wingfield coming in, Wingfield scholars coming into Forest Hill. We've got all these places where we're marrying up our families and our communities into new spots. And, I know one of the things that we hear a lot is like, oh, you can't do that. There's going to be friction. You never know. It's been really joyful and smooth from everything I've observed. And I think that deserves applause and recognition.
The power of the people. Thank you, board members.
All right. Well, I'll just shout out one more department, and that's the communications department, because I've experienced this all virtually and have had severe FOMO for the last week. Thank you. And I did do again, board. I just think this has been great. It's a high level engagement across the board. We're very appreciative of the leadership throughout the district to create these spaces and opportunities for us to come and be a part of these efforts. I also think it sets the tone for us for the rest of the year as well. We're stronger when we show up together and have each other's back. And so thank you again for all of this. And Dr. Green, thank you for a great report.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, let's move on to our information action items. Board members, we're just going to take these up as a slate. These are pretty straightforward.
Dr. Seaback.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't forget the public participation.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Ms. Williams. We do not have any public participation tonight, but it's a good reminder that for community members who would like to make public comments, they should email their requests to Ms. Rosalind Williams at roswilliams@jackson.k12.ms.us no later than 4 p.m. the day of the meeting, or appear in person in the boardroom no later than 5:15 p.m. the day of the meeting. And so, of course, the board appreciates public comments, listens to them, and certainly invites them. So, board members, we will now, again, thank you, Ms. Williams. We will move on to our information action items. We will take these up as a slate. These are pretty straightforward, so a number of renewals. So we'll first invite Mr. Sherwin Johnson up, our Executive Director of Public Engagement, to request the approval of the renewal agreement between VIDAC Corporation and JPS. Mr. Johnson.
Good evening, Superintendent, Board President, members of the board. On behalf of the JPS administration, I'm requesting the renewal of VITEC Corporation closed captioning services. The service is used for closed captioning for our live streaming of our school board meetings on our YouTube channel, JPS ITV. Closed captioning during live streaming is crucial for ensuring that individuals who are hearing impaired can fully participate and engage with the event, fostering accessibility for all.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Board members, any questions, comments about this request? Thank you. Next, we'll invite Dr. Anthony Moore, our Executive Director of Advanced Academics, to approach the podium. He is requesting the approval of the renewal agreement between the Mississippi Arts Commission and the Jackson Public School District. Dr. Moore.
So, Dr. Green, Superintendent, Dr. Seaback, Board President, members of the board, administration recommends approving the renewal agreement between the Mississippi Arts Commission and Jackson Public School District. The Arts in the Classroom program provides an overview of the aspects of the Mississippi Whole School program through professional learning opportunities and site visits to model schools. AIC introduces arts integration strategies to schools that serve pre-K through 8th grade students. The concepts are taught through hands-on experiences that connect the Mississippi College and Career Readiness Arts Learning Standards and the Mississippi College and Career Readiness Standards. All content is research-based and created by educators, artists, and cultural institutions. And Dr. Sivak just wanted to take a moment and say this was a year-long process that started last year around this time, and I wanted to signal 3 individuals in the room who were instrumental in that. Ms. Woody, Elementary Superintendent, Network 2, Mr. Hill, who was a principal at Green Elementary last year, who led the charge, and Ms. Clark, who assisted in the development of this grant.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Moore. And again, I think I failed to mention it is for Green Elementary.
For Green Elementary.
Great. Board members, any questions, comments? Thank you, Dr. Moore.
Thank you.
Next, we'll invite Dr. William Merritt, our Chief of Staff, up to the podium to request the approval of the network agreement terms of use with Power School in the Jackson Public School District.
Good afternoon, great evening to Board President Sivak and other board members, Dr. Green and JPS community. The administration is recommending approval of the network agreement in terms of use with Power School. Power School is our new student information system, and so this agreement will allow the data to be shared with school status more specifically, which is our communication that we use for data and parent and student communication.
Thank you, Dr. Merritt. Board members, are there any questions or comments? I will just affirm that school status is working.
It is working.
All right.
I don't want to hear I didn't know.
Thank you, Dr. Merritt. All right, next we'll invite Dr. Grigsby, our Assistant Superintendent of Elementary Network 1, to request the approval of the renewal agreement between the Mississippi Arts Commission and the Jackson Public School District at Casey Elementary.
Good evening, Board President, Dr. Sivak, board members, Dr. Green, and JPS family. The administration is recommending the approval of the renewal of the existing Model Whole School grant for the 24-25 school year at Casey. This grant allows the school to continue providing scholars with arts integrated instruction and professional learning opportunities for teachers.
Thank you, Dr. Grigsby. Board members, are there any questions, comments? Hearing none, we'll move on to the next item, which is the request to approve the renewal agreement between Beth Roach, our education consultant, and the Jackson Public School District. Dr. Grigsby.
Yes, so the administration recommends that the Memorandum of Understanding with Beth Roach, education consultant, and Jackson Public School District to offer the International Baccalaureate Primary Years Program and Leadership Support for Obama Elementary be approved. The rationale for this is that the administration is recommending that a consultant be retained to help support with the transition of the administrator, as well as to support IB coordinator development and support a sustainable PYP program.
Thank you, Dr. Grigsby. Board members, any questions, comments? Hearing none, we'll move on to item F, the request to approve the renewal agreement between the Authentic Institute of Montessori and the Jackson Public School District. Dr. Grigsby.
The administration recommends the approval of the Memorandum of Understanding with the Authentic Institute of Montessori and Jackson Public School District to offer professional development services for McWillie Elementary. This partnership provides direct, aligned, supplemental professional learning opportunities for the staff members at McWillie.
Thank you, Dr. Grigsby. Board members, any questions or comments? Dr. Grigsby, it's my understanding this will be, we will leverage the professional development days to use this training?
Yes.
Great, thank you. Any other questions, board members? Okay, thank you, Dr. Grigsby. Next, we'll invite Dr. Smith, our Executive Director of the Office on Teaching and Learning, to approach the podium. She will request the approval to award partial fulfillment of RFP 2024-17 to McGraw-Hill and Curriculum Associates.
All right, good evening to President Sivak, board members, Dr. Green, our JPS family. The Office of Teaching and Learning is presenting for information action approval to award and partial fulfillment McGraw-Hill and Curriculum Associates. McGraw-Hill provides Our ELA curriculum for our middle and high schools and Curriculum Associates provides high-quality math instruction for elementary and middle schools.
Thank you, Dr. Smith. Board members, any questions, comments? Hearing none, thank you. We will move on to item H and invite Dr. Cormack, our Deputy Superintendent, to the podium to request the approval of award RFQ 2024-01 to Fahrenheit Creative Group.
Good evening. The administration recommends the approval of the Fahrenheit Creative Group, LLC, to offer project management and communication support on behalf of the JPS Hines Early Learning Collaborative. They submitted the best proposal, and they will continue their work in the district supporting communications management for our pre-kindergarten collaborative.
Thank you, Dr. Cormack. Board members, are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, we'll move on to our next. Thank you, Dr. Cormack. We'll invite Dr. Regina Scott, our Executive Director of School Support, to approach the podium. Her first item will be the request to approve award RFP 2024-09 to Infrastructure Partners and EduService, CT3, for professional development and coaching support for school and district leaders.
Good evening, Board President Dr. Sivak, Board Members, Superintendent Dr. Green, JPS family. The administration recommends review and approval of the lead partner support contracts in response to RFP 2024-09 for professional development and coaching support for school and district leaders to EduService, CT3, and instruction partners.
Thank you, Dr. Scott. Board members, any questions or comments on this one? Hearing none, we'll move on to our next request. This is the request to approve award RFP 2024-10 to Kids First Education, LLC, in the Kirkland Group for professional development and coaching support for teachers. Dr. Scott.
The administration recommends review and approval of the lead partner support contracts in response to RFP 2024-10, professional development and coaching support to teachers to Kids First Education and the Kirkland Group.
Thank you, Dr. Scott. Board members, any questions or comments? Okay, thank you. Next, we'll invite Ms. Margaret Purnell, our Executive Director of Business Services, to the podium. Her first item will be the request to approve the renewal agreements between Central Access Educational Data Services and Fund Accounting System for Data Security in the Jackson Public School District. Ms. Purnell.
Good evening. To Board President Dr. Sivak, board members, Superintendent Dr. Green, colleagues, and JPS family. The administration recommends approving the Educational Data Service and the Fund Accounting System Data Security Agreements between the Jackson Public Schools and the Central Access Corporation. The Education Data Services Agreement and the Fund Accounting System Data Security Agreements are annual contracts between Central Access Corporation and the district to provide the SAM Spectra System Information System. The student information system is the data manager for all student records in the district. The Marathon Fund Accounting System provides all financial services functions for the district. SAM is the district current student information system, one of the two approved by the Mississippi Department of Education. Marathon is the district current financial system. Also, there was one question I believe that the board had asked in regards to Central Access, and the question was, is this the solution we've identified to clear standards associated with record keeping and the corrective action plan? Also, if so, how well is it working, and when can we anticipate that we will clear this standard? No, Central Access is the legacy fiscal system that the district uses to maintain its fiscal system, its financial records. The district must maintain the Central Access system to do the migration to the new system that we are implementing. The new system, Tyler Technologies, Munis, has no association with the corrective action plan, nor does Central Access has any association with that. As far as clearing the student record standards, which is the residency standard 6 or standard 8, which is for permanent records. Are there any other questions?
Okay. Sorry about that, board members. Thank you, Ms. Purnell. Board members, are there any questions or comments? Okay. Hearing none, we will move on to the request to approve the monthly financial report. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening again. The administration recommends that the board approve the preliminary monthly financial report for the month ending June 30th, 2024. The monthly financial report contains the statement of fund balance, the budget status report, the bank reconciliation report, and the district maintenance cash flow report. Some of the highlights from the report under the general funds on page 4. For FY24, the preliminary fund balance as of June 30th, 2024 was roughly about $16 million. That is a $6.7 million lower than our position in FY23. But this was at the end of the fiscal year, and we are not there yet, so we haven't closed out. So that was after we had closed out for FY23. Don't know if you all shall have that. We did update the information because the prior monthly financial report did say something different, but there is an updated one that should have been sent out. Also, the expenditures currently exceeds revenue approximately about $6.6 million. Our 16th session revenue exceeded the budget by 105%, which was great for the district. Under special revenues, the child nutrition still holding its own. We have roughly about $13.4 million in that fund balance. There are several special revenue funds that we have done receivables for. You may notice on the statement of fund balance, there are no negatives there, but we have cleared those right now because we are doing the receivables for those at this point in time. But the negatives did amount to about $16.3 million. Our funds was drawn July 12th of the month, and that draw at that time was $6.9 million that we covered it at that time. We've also made another request as of yesterday for roughly about $400,000 dealing with our indirect costs. This related to our FY24 expenditures that we have, and then we will be making our July request on August 12th for the remaining of those funds that needs to be taken care of at that time. On the budget status report, as of June 30th of 2024, these are preliminary numbers, of course. We have collected $186 million of our $200,000 budget, so we're at 92.7% currently. The expenditures, we have expended $192.6 million. We're at 96% of that budget. So that's showing where our collected versus our expended is $6.6 million that I addressed earlier in the report. The all other funds we have, well, the total funds basically, we are at, we've collected about 81.3% of revenue, 77.3% of expenditures have been collected as of preliminary June 30th numbers currently. On our bank reconciliation report, all of our bank statements are with board-approved depositories, and all of our bank statements have been reconciled appropriately and promptly as of May 31st. On the cash flow, the ending cash balance was about $1.8 million compared to $1.6 in FY23, and that's roughly about 14% increase from the prior year's position. Other management key performance indicator report, headlines from that report, of course, is still everything's preliminary. Overall revenue expenditures, we are $5.4 million less than where we were last year, which is about 2.9%. Overall expenditures year to date is $1.5 million more than what it was last year, 0.95%. Our ad valorem collections year to date is approximately about $639,000 less than what it was last year, and our personnel costs is surprisingly down a little bit, $94,000 less than what it was last year. And the overall, on this information, I must state, we did use the final numbers that we ended with on last year, just making that comment. And these are preliminary numbers before closeout. Any questions?
Thank you, Ms. Purnell. Board members, any questions, comments? right, thank you. That completes our information action item agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
1 second.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to clarify, Ms. Williams. This is on me because I didn't see it, so I'm asking board members for backup here. I looked at an early draft of the material, so I didn't see CT3 in Kirkland, and I just want to make sure board members got the materials in advance. And Kids First. Okay, I got a thumbs up from
I pulled them up off of
okay, I missed them. Thank you. So we got coverage on that. Okay, great. So with that affirmation, is there a motion to approve items I through L, information action?
A through
A through L. Thank you.
A
I
through
through
L.
L.
So moved. Second.
Mrs. Thompson has moved. Mr. McGuffey has seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
The motion carries. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Williams. All right, next we'll move on to our consent agenda items, finance. All of the boards had the opportunity to review the materials previously and ask questions of the administration. Are there any further questions? If not, board members, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Ms. Hilliard has moved. Dr. Harrison has seconded. All in favor? Aye. The motion carries. Next, we have our consent agenda items, general. All board members have a chance to review the materials previously and have had a chance to ask questions of the administration. Are there any further questions? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Mr. McGuffey has moved. Ms. Hilliard has seconded. All in favor? Aye. The motion carries. Next, we have our consent agenda items, personnel. Board members have had the opportunity to ask questions of the administration previously. Are there any further questions? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Harrison has moved. Ms. Hilliard has seconded. All in favor? Aye. The motion carries. Board members, there is no executive session tonight. So, you know what that means. We'll take a motion to adjourn, and have we started on time, which I was late.
Second.
Ms. Hilliard has moved. Ms. Thompson seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone, for all the great work to get school started.
Are participating in Unified PE. And that's the mission of Special Olympics, is to make sure that individuals, students and adults with disabilities are included.
We had a child last year, he graduated, and he was in a wheelchair, but he played for the Special Olympic basketball team.
We encourage the students to pick a sport. This year they are looking at unified basketball, unified flag football, and possibly unified cheer, with the goal being to go beyond this field day and then allow the students who participate in these sports activities to participate in our statewide competitions for Special Olympics Mississippi that are held year-round all over the state. While today is recreational, they are allowed the opportunity to participate in competitive sports, which we are very excited about and look forward to them coming on as unified teams.
Proud parents, family, and friends gathered at the Forest Hill High School Coliseum to celebrate JPS scholars graduating